Hello, I'm Kelsey Starks. Did you know cursive writing is making a comeback? Here are 5 quick facts that may surprise you about cursive writing. Fact number 1, science shows that cursive writing can help improve cognitive and motor skills. Fact number 2, John Hancock famously signed his name largely on the Declaration of Independence, making his name now synonymous with the word signature. Sign your John Hancock. Fact number 3, in fact, National Handwriting Day is celebrated every year on January 23rd in honor of American founding father John Hancock's birthday. Fact number 4, cursive writing has early ties to ancient Rome, as the word cursive derives from the Latin word cursivus, which means running. And fact number 5, cursive only started disappearing from schools in the early 2000s. Now, many states, like Kentucky, are bringing it back. And you may be surprised to learn there's a new cursive in town. It's called the New American Cursive, and it is being taught in classrooms across the country. Its founder is from right here in Louisville. You'll meet her and hear her case for cursive on Inside Louisville. Tell us about the bourbon connection to the Louisville Water Company.
Well, Louisville Water is bourbon's best friend because 20 distilleries use our water every day, and we are the key ingredient to bourbon. And it actually goes back to our history. In 1860, bourbon distilleries were some of our first and best customers. And by the way, when you took a tour of Louisville Water in 1860, we would show you these gorgeous steam engines, show you the water tower. At the end of your tour, we didn't even serve you water, we served you a shot of Johnny Walker bourbon. And that's a fun fact.
A lot of people say, just, go get a job, go work, do this. There's so many barriers that come in between that. You're not worried about trying to find a job. You're trying to figure out where you're going to eat next.
Miranda College hits the streets every day working to get Louisville's homeless population off the streets. She's part of Metro Louisville's homeless engagement team. They are charged with responding to reports of homeless people or camps in the city.
Have them reach out to me, okay? Because I can help. There can be any number of calls that we get from the assessment team that lets us know that they're in an encampment that needs outreach, and we hop on down to one of those. We work with a lot of the nonprofits in the community also, so responding to certain people that may need documentation or transportation to mental health, picked up and go to addiction recovery.
At the heart of the homeless engagement and assessment response teams is making those connections.
We just walk right in, we get your ID, we'll be done in 7 minutes.
Okay, thank the Lord for that. Yeah,
When we've gotten somebody for an ID, just something basic to all of us, we've had people be real emotional about that and then see that somebody is willing to help follow through on that. They'll follow them all the way through to getting into housing. Sounds like we might be able to get you into some space.
Okay.
So if we can help provide easy access and advocate for individuals that we're coming across, we can start to make things move on their behalf.
Meet Miss Kentucky, Ariana Rodriguez. At just 20 years old, Ariana made history at this year's Miss America pageant as the first former foster youth to earn a spot in the top 11 of the national competition. Here's her story.
My mother was born in Russell Springs, Kentucky. She was homeless at 16 years old, much like me. My mom eventually turned to drugs. The goal of Child Protective Services is to always get you back with your biological parent, and that's when we moved into the abandoned house in Muldraw. I wanted to keep that away from the people at school because I didn't want my brother and sister going back into foster care. They said that they wanted to live with my mom, and although it was not the best place for me, they were safe there, they were fine, I just couldn't stay there. While I was living out of my car my junior year of high school, I would park right over here under this light, and it always had the most beautiful sunsets. And I remember looking up and thinking one day I'm gonna come back and the sunset won't be the best thing in my life.
Can you believe it's been 5 years since Bellarmine University officially moved from Division II to Division I in NCAA sports? For decades, the Knights built a powerhouse in Division II, especially when it comes to men's basketball. They won multiple national titles, not to mention a reputation for strong academics as well. So in 2020, Bellarmine joined the ASUN Conference. So why, in 2022, when Bellarmine won that conference tournament, did they not make it to the NCAA tournament? Well, the NCAA reclassification rule blocked them out from March Madness for 4 years. So now they are eligible, but the question is, will they make it back there? The Bellarmine Knights take on the University of Louisville Cardinals coming up November 12th, and you can find out more about the history of Bellarmine University on Inside Louisville.
We were sending out missionaries to take food on Thanksgiving. And that's when one of my group found this little child that was in the bed, had starved to death. They come back hollering and crying and talking and telling it.
I didn't even know I had a brother. It was heartbreaking. How do you not notice that a 9-year-old boy, when they said he didn't go to school often, but he came to school, the system failed both them and those kids, us. Nobody checked on us, because if people were coming out to check on my mom and my dad and us, my brother wouldn't have never passed away. That's all somebody had to do, was just call and check on us. And nobody checked on us. When you don't have the proper nutrition, when you're not able to eat every day, when you don't intake what you need to intake, it causes the body to malfunction. We don't know what people are going through, so you can't judge people because they might not seem nice or whatever. It's about checking on people. It's about finding out, how are you doing? Are you okay?
The face of hunger isn't who you think it is. The face of hunger looks just like you. When we are able to nourish our community is when we're actually going to be able to see it start to rise and become healthier.
A food bank is much set up like if you've ever been to Costco's or Sam's warehouse with all the food that's stacked up. That's the way our warehouse looks. The food is deposited in the food bank, and then we redistribute it through our partners. We have over 300 partners we serve in 13 counties, 5 in southern Indiana and 8 in Kentucky. So they will come to Dare to Care, or we will deliver food to them, where they in turn will disperse that food in the communities where our neighbors who are actually experiencing food insecurity can go.
My team is responsible for all prepared food that comes out of the kitchen, out of the food bank, and into the world. So what that might look like is a hot, fresh, healthy meal at places like Boys and Girls Clubs and community centers all across our network. Healthy meals that go out to daycare centers, frozen meals that go to food pantries, to senior high-rise buildings, or delivered to patient homes.
Want to meet the most interesting people, visit the most fabulous places, and learn some of the most interesting things about Louisville? Well, you're in luck. All new episodes of Inside Louisville begin on Sunday. This season, we're going to take you inside the history of Whiskey Row. You'll meet the new superintendent of Jefferson County Public Schools, who has a mean tennis swing, by the way. We'll celebrate 100 years of the Brown Theater and explore its place in Louisville's arts community. And did you know Kentucky students are learning cursive again? But it may not be the cursive that you learned as a kid. You're gonna meet the creator of the new American cursive, who lives right here in Louisville. It's a jam-packed season, and we wanna have you along for the ride. You can join us Sundays at noon, 11 Central on KET, or watch on demand online at ket.org/Inside Louisville.
We've been on Whiskey Row, founded on Whiskey Row, and now we're back in the very place that brand started.
Old Forester Distillery is considered by many to be a new anchor of historic Whiskey Row. In 2018, they moved back into the exact building they operated in the late 1800s. It all started with this man, George Garvin Brown. But it was the way he sold whiskey that set him apart from the competition.
Back in those times, you could only really buy whiskey like straight from the barrel. So George Garvin Brown has the revolutionary idea of kind of sealing it in a glass bottle.
And they set up shop on Main Street's Whiskey Row.
We're the only bourbon brand that's been sold before, during, and after Prohibition.
When Prohibition ended in 1933, bourbon production hit a fast pace.
With the downfall of Prohibition being celebrated in real old-time hilarity.
Old Forester has evolved through its 155-year history, but their craft of bourbon making follows the same path it always has. It was risky business for the whiskey business, but the move back to historic Whiskey Row distilled new life into an age-old legacy. I'm Christy Dutton for Inside Louisville.
The idea that we are surfacing something about disability and inclusion and really human kindness and openness puts us in a really unique place. The DOT Experience is a brand new attraction on Lower Frankfort Avenue, focused on blindness and the human experience, designed to be the most inclusive museum in the world, to change perspectives about blindness and disability and encourage people to act in new ways to make the world more welcoming for everyone. First of its kind in terms of both the content, also innovative and first of its kind in the world in terms of its comprehensive set of inclusive design standards. So we are taking into consideration all kinds of individuals and ensuring that everyone who walks through the door of the DOT Experience can have a autonomous, empowered, individual experience without relying on someone else who they might be visiting with. We think that this DOT Experience at APH is going to take a seat alongside of those really unique and spectacular things in Louisville. And so I think that it will bring people here.